one. And we are live on another edition of Wits and Wagers on a Thursday, the last Thursday of January, boys, of 2022. Look at this panel we got tonight. Mr. Carson Shear, how are you?
What's going on, guys? Happy to be here, of course. And, we got some big games this weekend for the NFL. And, I'm ready to talk some sports. Let's do it.
All right. Our handicapper himself, Mr. Joey Clams. What's going on?
How are you? Tommy taking over this place is like putting a silk head on the pig. I know he's your financial. Let's go.
And Kenny, what people don't know yet is, I believe next week, Kenny, we got invited to go with my Rocky Mountain friends. And the guy with the sunglasses is going to be my partner because he's pro Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know how Rocky Mountain guys are going to handle Mr. Clams next week. But
yeah. Carson insists you guys were around when we did the college roundtable. Well, I got invited to host the Denver Bronco quarterback roundtable.
Oh, nice.
And you can have Kurt and Clams for the K&K side and Dave and Matt for the Rocky Mountain and Keith for the Rocky Mountain side. So I'll be the narrator. That's on Sunday morning, Kurt?
I think Sunday afternoon. It's strictly Bronco talk, strictly Bronco quarterback talk. So
not this Sunday, next Sunday.
Next week.
Yeah. We'll announce it more, and then you guys want to chime in, that'd be great, or hang out with us, that'd be awesome too.
Mr. Siciliano, how are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Mr. Siciliano just coming off of a couple racetracks, in the afternoon. Nice retired life. And Mr. Kirkpatrick, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm ready for a fun-filled hour with the four of you. But I got a little Wits and Wagers question since Carson and Joey weren't here with us yesterday. I'm going to put them on the spot and see if they can get this question right. I did a would you rather with the guys yesterday at the end of the show. So I'm going to let Carson answer first, and then Joey can answer. My question, it's a 50-50, so you got a 50-50 shot of getting this. My question to Sis was, would he rather watch paint dry with Bob Ross, or would he rather teach aerobics with Richard Simmons?
Oh, my gosh.
And what do you think he said, Carson?
Oh, man.
Let's see how good you know me, Carson. Let's see.
Oh, boy. I think paint dry with Bob Ross.
And Joey, how about you?
Since he was a coach and a trainer, I think he's going to want to get down and dirty and do the aerobics and help we'll get back in shape. So
there you go,
I'm going to go with the aerobics.
There you go.
Nailed it. It was Richard Simmons. But could you see Sis in the aerobics studio with Richard Simmons?
You know what, though, Kenny? I'm going to say this.
It's all about business. This is all about business. He would have been down there getting down to business.
You guys forgot I was a personal trainer. I did all that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Now, but here's the thing, Kenny. Sis's famous line, and I don't know if this is why you asked this question, but Sis, you can clarify. I mean, listen, I could ask, my father will answer it. I think Mush will answer it, probably even Jen. Is Sis's famous lines in the past when I said, we were watching a game or betting on a game one time, and he always would be like, this is like watching paint dry. So I don't know, Kenny, if that's why you got that. But
that's where I got that
Okay, because that's one of Sis's famous lines.
Yeah, that's where I got that from.
One of his famous lines. I'm going to read a couple comments real quick before we get in. Henry Zimenoff. So the Broncos.
How you doing, Henry?
So the Broncos and the Bears are off the coaching carousel, which leaves 7 teams looking for a new coach. Meanwhile, Big Ben has called it a career. He retired as a grateful man. Where to start? With the Broncos hiring Nathaniel Hackett, the chances Aaron Rodgers plays for Denver may have just skyrocketed big time. Eddie Murphy saying Kenny's going to suggest Trubisky as Broncos starter. He better not. Paul Rosen. Good evening, gents. What a distinguished panel. There's
what's up, Eddie? And our co-anchor, I'm going to say news anchor for K&K, Mr. Henry Zimenoff.
Oh, yeah, and Kenny, one more thing for Joey and Joey and Carson, and Sis loved this because me and Sis talked about this yesterday. We came up with a new segment on our Wednesday show. It's called the ABS segment, the ABS, the asinine Beelan statements. And we get all Beelan's asinine statements, and we're going to start ranking them. So like last night, for example, this past couple weeks, you ready for this, Carson and Joe? He said Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Troy Aikman.
Yep.
Well, he also said Dak Prescott was a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford, and we'll see when he eats his words in 2 weeks when the Rams hold the Lombardi
That boy,
trophy.
Carson.
Right. So,
Get him.
He said
And
that
in
a lot.
honor of Mr. Beelin, this was the photo. For
Here's
the
get
segment.
the photo.
That's
Mr.
great.
Beelin, there you go. The asinine Beelin statement.
That's the
There
new
you go.
segment.
That's funny.
So if you guys get any statements from him, please just let us know, and we're gonna rank them every week.
I like it.
Hey, Kurt, I just want to let everybody know, if everybody sees what's going on with the coaching in the NFL, how bad it is, even in the playoffs, that analytics are starting to come from baseball into the coaching and football.
Yep.
They don't even make decisions anymore.
We were
The coaches
talking.
don't make any decisions. And then when they have to, they don't know what to do. They're not head coaches, just coaches.
Yep.
What are they? The coaching is it's really been bad.
No, I think me and Sis were talking whatever, but like going for 2, like come on.
Yeah,
it's
we
like
brought that
everyone's
up, the
trying to be
analytics.
cute,
It's getting stupid.
So where do you want to start, Mr. Kirkpatrick?
Well, let's get people get home from work, they're having dinner, so let's hold off on football for a few minutes. Let's start off the show with some college basketball again. We did it last week. I like to start off the show with some college basketball games to get the flow going.
All right,
and then we'll get into football.
We'll start the games. There are some games tonight and Friday, obviously. But and again, we don't have all the spreads for the Saturday games, but Saturday seems like a nice little window to get ready for Sunday's games. There's some real nice games. By the way, Sis, you got me last Saturday with Seton Hall, but we put it on you guys Monday night. The Johnnies came back big time, so me and you are 1-1 so far for this year. Head up St. John's and Seton Hall. Getting into Saturday's action. We'll start right with our guy, Carson Shear. Michigan State hosting his rival, Michigan, 12:30 on channels on CBS. And we'll go to Carson last. I'm going to start with Joey Clams. Again, we don't have a spread. So just who do you like to win the game? Or how would you bet it? Point. What do you think? Michigan State.
I got to see.
I'm sorry, it's Michigan at Michigan State.
Yeah, I would go with the home team. I would go with Michigan State right now. Let me see what the line is, but outright Michigan State.
Okay.
We'll see what the line is there.
All right. Let's go to Mr. Kirkpatrick.
I'm on Michigan State. Izzo at home. Michigan's having a down year for their standards, so I would take Michigan State.
Michigan just had a real big win last weekend, though. They beat, I believe,
they
Indiana.
might start
Carson,
getting
correct?
Yeah.
I think it was Indiana.
I'll still go Michigan State for the record right now.
Okay, so you're going Michigan State. Mr. Siciliano, where are you going to go?
Michigan State.
You know what? I'm going to go with I'm going to go with you guys too. I'm going to go Izzo. I think it'll be a close game. Obviously, always a rival. But I think Izzo gets him over the hump, and I will go with Carson's boys. And Carson, do you have faith in your boys, and you're sweeping the board?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Michigan State had a close loss to Illinois. That was a hard-fought game, but I think we definitely bounced back. This game was originally supposed to be the second of the 2 matchups originally this year, and a few weeks ago it was supposed to be played in Ann Arbor, but the Sissies over in Ann Arbor decided to chicken out and skip that game, so I guess they're scared of us. But I think the Brusenstein is going to be rocking Saturday night, 12:30. Izzo's going to be ready to go. Michigan's projected to be one of the first 4 teams out, not even projected to make the tournament right now. So Juwan Howard's going to get those guys going, but I think State manhandles Michigan.
Okay.
Let's go. I like it.
Kenny,
I like it.
Guys,
our sissies. I like that.
Our great friend David Slade from the Rocky Mountain Sports Network, he'll be one of the guys on our nice little panel next week. But he's saying hello, gentlemen. So what's going on, Dave?
What's up, Dave? I started watching yours and Matt's 30-minute preview on the head coach, 30-minute show on the head coach. Good stuff on 4th and 99. like Max said, me and Matt have been the mediator between Kurt and Dave going back on Aaron Rodgers. Whew, Excedrin headache from Kurt.
Dave's on board. Let's leave it at that. We're working on Dave. We're going to get him on board by next week. We'll get him on board. All right, next game, Saturday. Oklahoma at number 1. Yes, number 1, the Auburn Tigers. Carson.
Yeah, again, it's hard because there's no lines on these games, but I would say Auburn. I think probably it's going to be -12, -13 Auburn, roughly around that range. I think they take care of Oklahoma in this one, SEC Big 12 challenge. I think Auburn has no problem here.
By the way, Kenny, Dave's saying I'm sliding back off. LOL. No, Dave. Well, I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna hold him on. Sis, Auburn next week. Auburn, Alabama. I'm sorry, Auburn, Oklahoma.
Woodshed, Auburn.
I'm with you. You know, at home, I like that. They scare me on the road. They do, Auburn, when they go on the road. I mean, they just won a close one. I forgot who it was, but somebody close.
Kentucky.
Yeah. No. That was at home. It was when they were on the road recently this week. Missouri, maybe, or somebody in the SEC. But I'm gonna
Missouri.
Go Missouri. I'm gonna go with. I'm going with Carson and Sis. I'm going Auburn. Joey Clams.
Well, yeah, I'll go Auburn now. Well, let's see what the line is. Like Carson says, we gotta see what happens, because if it gets too high, then just take the dog. But we'll see.
Okay.
I'll send it out there.
David's saying Auburn too, and Kenny, you sweeping this board?
I'm sweeping the board, and I want this team this team's got one loss. I think they're 14 in a row now, maybe 15 in a row. They're not ready to lose a game now yet, but if this makes any sense, I would like them to lose one more game before the tournament. And then this is going to be my team in the March Madness. This team is legit. I saw them play against Kentucky a couple weeks ago, and Kentucky had no answer for them.
So why would you want to see them lose a game? I don't get it.
My theory, I just don't think in today's college basketball, Gonzaga last year, I said no team's going to go undefeated. Auburn had a loss early in the season. You're asking a team to win over 20 games in a row if they don't lose a game. And that's a lot, I think, for any team. So I think if it makes any sense, I think it would benefit them if they lost a game before the tournament.
Okay.
Well, they might lose one in their conference tournament.
Right.
You know,
right.
Because that's always a
tough.
shoot.
Yeah. Dave's saying he picked Auburn, but he also says LSU had no answer early. The next game is you look on this on paper and it's like, wow, this is one of the better. Obviously it's going to be a better game, but you're like, one team is very disappointing, and you know what? I know Sis isn't a Bama basketball fan, but he's wearing the Bama gear. And Alabama this year, you looked at them early in the year. They beat Gonzaga. They had a nice run last year, and you're like, wow, this team's legit. Now they're losing to Missouri. I don't know what's up with Alabama, but they are home this week against Baylor. So, Sis, I'll start with you. Baylor at Alabama on Saturday.
Money line Alabama at home. They're good at home.
Joey Clams, you with Sis?
No, the Baylor plays defense as soon as they're walking off the bus. Give me Baylor. Alabama's terrible from the free throw line.
You know what? I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound really crazy. I'm going to go with Sis. I think this is like a defining game for this team. I mean, again, I saw them beat up on Gonzaga. I mean, up by 12, they didn't win by like 2 or 4. They won by 8, maybe something like that. Dominated Gonzaga on a neutral court. This team's got talent, and I think this is going to be. Listen, I would take points for. You give me like 6 points with this team at home. I think they can win. David's saying Baylor, but I'm gonna go with Sis. I think this could be the upset. I'm gonna go Alabama. Carson.
I go Alabama in the points though. Sis is right. Alabama's better when they're playing at home. It is the defending national champ, so I'm going to go Baylor. But Alabama covers whatever the line is.
And Kenny.
Just nailed it. I mean, I think I'm going to take Alabama at home money line. They'll be an underdog, a home underdog. And how can you go against the guy in the Alabama sweatshirt? I know I know Alabama football, but I don't care if you're talking about Alabama's
swim team. Right.
If Sis says take Alabama's Frisbee team, you're taking Alabama's Frisbee team. So I'm taking Alabama.
No, that's
over
not
Baylor.
that.
I'm messing.
That's
You know
not-
me. It's just joking, Sis. I'm joking.
No, I
man.
understand. I'm just saying it's not necessarily true, but Alabama's basketball team at home, they're tough to beat.
I like them. I like them not because you told. I'm joking because you.
No, I know you are.
But I do like them at home against Baylor.
Yep.
All right, another Saturday Big East battle. I'll be watching my Johnnies versus Villanova, but the bigger game is number 22 Marquette, surprising team, and number 17 and 2, the Providence Friars. Joey Clams, where would you go? Marquette at Providence?
Oh, I'm going with the Friars. They're playing. They've been playing good basketball, and they could shoot. They could shoot the ball.
I'm with you. Shaka Smart has done a nice job, but I'm with you. I'll take Providence at home. Kenny.
Shaka Smart is the Aaron Rodgers of college basketball coaches. He'll win in the regular season, but I'll tell you right now, I will take whoever is playing Marquette in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Abilene Christian beat Texas last year. Abilene Christian.
Shaka, I will pick Marquette because it's regular season. But come to the big time, I am not touching Shaka Smart. But
Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl, remember?
I know. These guys forget that, Joe. They forget it. There's like 4 active quarterbacks that won a Super Bowl. They forget that, he won one.
Rex Grossman won a Super Bowl too.
No, he didn't.
I'm sorry. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, with one of the best defenses ever.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just saying. Shaka Smart, I will not take in the tournament.
Okay.
I don't think you are neither.
No, I'm not taking Shaka Smart anywhere. I don't like Shaka Smart. Mr. Siciliano.
I'll go with the coach with the two-tone hairdo.
That's Mr. What's his name?
That's right.
That's the name of Providence.
What's his name, Joe? The Providence coach.
Oh, I forgot his name.
Great coach, though. Great coach.
Oh.
Joey Clark.
No, he is. I'm joking, but he's a great coach. I agree.
Carson.
I'm going to go with Marquette here. Marquette's hot. They're 7 wins in a row right now. Last time they played Providence, they won by 32. This is the second matchup of the year for them. I think Providence is going to be the favorite here, but I would go Marquette big in the points for sure in this game.
Okay. I got a couple more for you guys. The next one we're going to roll into is talk about Blue Bloods. Kentucky at Kansas. Kentucky did lose, like you guys mentioned, to Auburn last week. Kansas should have lost to Kansas State. They came back. But I'll start with Carson. Kentucky at Kansas.
Man, Bill Self at home. Give me Kansas.
You know what, Carson? I'm with you. Kentucky, again, down the road. Again, these kids, what do they do? Play 6-7 games together. Then they, it's still kind of, quote, early for them. I like Kentucky later on down the road, but, I'm not the biggest Self guy, but at home he's tough to beat. I will go with you. Sis.
I'm going with you and Carson, right on the Kansas bandwagon.
Kenny.
I'm on the Kansas bandwagon too, but I'm going to echo my words. I will not trust Bill Self in the NCAA tournament as well.
No.
But I didn't realize first game it went over my head. The second game was Baylor and Bama's, and now the third game is this an SEC Big 12 tournament?
You know what? It's called
just
challenge.
A challenge.
The challenge.
Yeah. I figured that out after you just mentioned this game. But yeah. I'm going to take the Big 12 in this one. I'll take Kansas.
All right, and Joey.
Going with the Blue Cats, going into the fog and getting the road win.
So outright upset.
That'll be a big win.
Kentucky.
Okay.
Is there one of the players was injured on Saturday? You know if he's playing?
Okay. No, I don't. I do not know that.
Okay. Yeah.
Do not know
Blue
that.
Cats they're going into the fog.
Okay, and then Championship Sunday. We got a nice one right out of the gate. I'll start with Carson because it's his boy. It's his conference. We got Ohio State, number 16, going to number 6, Purdue. So nice 12 o'clock. Get you ready for the championship games. Carson, What do you like in this one?
Yeah, Purdue has been having some close calls on the road. They almost lost to Indiana. A really good game tonight at Iowa. I'm gonna be watching that game as well. I think I'm gonna go with Ohio State in the points here. Again, Purdue's a really, really tough team, especially in their own building. But Ohio State, I think they're kind of clicking at the right time. E.J. Liddell is a stud. He's going to be a first rounder this year. I would go OSU in the points. But I think Purdue wins the game.
That was my next question. Do they win, though? Purdue does win?
Yeah, Purdue's really, really tough to beat on their own floor.
All right, Joey.
Yeah, I got to see what the points are in this game. I look for this game to be a close game, and I'm going to take the Buckeyes with the points. Let me see what's going. What the spread is. Are you going to talk about tonight's game or no?
We're going to get into that. We'll do that
All
one
right.
last.
I'll take the Buckeyes.
Beelan's saying you guys don't know nothing about college basketball. LOL. What's up, fellas?
Here we go.
I think he's joking, sis. He's joking.
Here we go. Hope. Let's hope so, because again, there's the guy that said Dak is better than Troy Aikman. So I'm going to leave it at that.
And how you doing, Johnny boy? Just check my college basketball record. We're like 29-10 right now. We had a bad night last night, but we've been knocking them dead.
You know what, sis? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have some therapy for Beelan. Let's help him out. let's when he wants a bet, we have him go to Doctor. No, wait. He goes to Dr. Clams. When we need to teach him football, he goes on the whiteboard with Joe Breslin.
He's beyond therapy, Kurt. Don't fool yourself.
Didn't he say last night they should play the Super Bowl up in Buffalo?
No, I don't think he said that one.
Yeah,
I heard
yes,
that.
he did.
Somebody said Buffalo.
Yeah, he said
no.
My
Favorite one, Joe, is and this is why it'll be the funniest thing he might ever say was all week last week he kept yelling at sis, not yelling but saying to sis.
No, but let's slow that up. Nobody yells at me.
Well, he was saying in a segment, Joe, that and Carson, I don't know if you remember that the Buffalo Bills don't call direct run plays for Josh Allen. So after he ran like 4 run plays out of 6 plays, Tony Romo said, Brian Dable in Buffalo does such a good job coming up with design run plays for Josh Allen. So
well, because he's their main running back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to see Beelan in a conversation on Coach Breslin's whiteboard.
Let's lay off Beelan. He's not on the panel tonight. You got to give him a chance
the guy's not here to defend himself.
We love
not here to
Beelan.
defend himself.
We love Beelan.
We love Beelan. We love him, but
all right, I'm going opposite of you guys. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm a believer right now in Purdue, but just like this, Kenny, when it comes around to the second round of that NCAA tournament, and it's say, I don't know, give me a coach, Iona versus Purdue. No way, Matt Painter. Nope. Been there, done that. Nope. Sorry. Sis, Ohio State, Purdue.
Purdue, easily.
And by the way, Beelan's saying no. Again, you take that out of content. I said majority of his, look how he's backpedaling. Majority of his rushes or QB back that drops that they turn into runs. Get out of here.
Yeah. So, go back and listen and see what was actually
Kenny, it's 2-2. You got to break the tie on this one.
I'm looking at the top 25 I got next to me. Purdue trending down a little bit. They dropped 2 spots from last week. Ohio State jumped 3 spots up to 16. I'm going to go with the upset on the road. I'm going to go Ohio State. I don't trust Painter like you, so I'm going to go with Ohio State Buckeyes on the road getting this big win on Sunday.
All right, Kenny, by the way, Beelan's saying it's not backpedaling. Go back to the tape, Kenny. So when you have some free time, he said he wants you to go back.
I will, Beelan. I get time at work. I will backpedal and go listen.
Kenny, let's do this, though. Let's go real quick because Joey asked, and you know what? We'll start with Carson. Tonight there is a big game, number 6 Purdue at Iowa, and it is it looks like it's 2.5. Purdue is giving 2.5. So, Carson, you got the floor on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I could really see this end up being like a game where Purdue was at Indiana and Indiana pulled it off in the last few seconds. This game's going to go back and forth. It's a coin flip. If I had to pick, I would just take the 2.5 with Iowa. They're a hot team right now in the Big Ten. They're kind of on the rise. I would not be surprised if they slide into the top 25 next week, especially if they pull off a win tonight against Purdue. I'm going to go Iowa plus the points.
I mean, they got a lot of guys back, right, Carson? Don't they still have Bohannon and McCaffrey? And they got like 4 of those guys like really played last year with Garza, right? Those kids, they played a lot last year. So, and that was, number 1 team in the country at some point. Joey, what about you? You like anybody tonight in that game?
Yeah, I'm on Iowa. I took the 3. That's one of my plays for tonight. They could score. They could run up and down that court and keep up with Purdue. And it's a home game. You take the points. I'm on Iowa.
Sis, you like Iowa Purdue tonight? Anything on it or no?
I'm with Clams and I'm with Carson. That's a lock.
I'm with you. I like that.
Right.
With the points.
I like that too. Kenny, you sweeping the board?
Yeah, I'll sweep the board. Iowa at home. That was my team last year, and they disappointed me in the tournament. But I'll take them at home.
Yeah, who beat them last year, Carson? Who upset them? Somebody in the second.
It was Loyola Chicago.
Loyola Chicago?
Yeah, Sister Jean, I believe.
Was it?
No, wait, they beat Illinois.
No, it was a Pac.
They beat Illinois.
It was Pac-10. It was USC, I think, or Oregon.
I'll find out. I'll look it
They
up.
beat
UCLA.
Illinois.
It was
That's right.
UCLA,
They beat
right?
Illinois.
It was a Pac-12 team out in the West.
Carson, I definitely know Loyola beat Illinois because I was screaming that game at that coach.
Illinois beat,
They beat them.
Me too. Well, that was my national champion last year. And they lost.
Me too. And Sis had them too.
Yeah, Kurt broke 2 TVs
Yeah.
after that game. Yeah, he had to go out and get new TVs.
All right, Mr. Kirkpatrick, do you want to get into the games? Do you want to hold off on the games? Do you want to talk coaching? What do you want to? You tell me what you want to do.
Let's do the games, and then if we got time, we'll do.
Do coaching first.
Go coaching, Kenny. We go coaching.
Yeah, really.
What do you guys want to do? Predictions on who's going to go
let's
where?
talk about the coaches. What's open?
That's a good one. Yep.
All right, we'll start with the hire. We'll give Kurt his 2 minutes to talk about the Broncos, and then we'll do some predictions on the.
This is going to be an hour. Not
it ain't going to be an hour. I'll be quick. I absolutely love it.
Relax.
I love the deal. Hey, he's an offensive coach.
Well, you got to let him know who you got first.
Oh, Nathaniel Hackett. They signed Nathaniel Hackett, offensive coordinator from Green Bay. Listen, he's he was a offensive coordinator in Jacksonville, and he went to the AFC Championship with Blake Bortles. I mean, he's under LaFleur now. He's in that quote unquote Shanahan system. I love the energy. It's an offensive guy, which we've needed. We haven't had it for the last 6 years. And hey, all paths lead to Aaron Rodgers. And listen, if it helps get him, let's get him on board, baby. Step 1's done. Nathaniel Hackett, I love it. I'm pumped up. And now we go to the next step.
Sounds good. That's all you got. Anybody else have anything to say about it?
Yeah, that was a good hire for them. And the thing now they got to get a quarterback. You can't groom a quarterback for the next 3 years or bring you need a real quarterback because you got to win that division.
Yep.
You got a dynasty up in front of you in Kansas City. You got an up-and-coming team to the left in the Chargers. If they fix their defense, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. And then you don't know the Raiders always a thorn in somebody's side. So you need a quarterback to win the division. You're not going to rebuild for 3 years and groom a quarterback. You'll never make the playoffs.
Yep, I totally agree. And if you don't listen, 3 years becomes 6 years, 9 years, and then you become the Jets. And I don't want to be the Jets. I want to win right now, and I'm ready to do it. Whatever it takes. Let's go get this guy. Go get him.
It's not baseball. You can't rebuild. It's a small window for plays in the NFL.
Yep.
When you got the team, when you got the muscle, you got like Frankie Pantangelo says, get him now while we got the muscle.
Yep.
All right, let's start. Let's do some predictions. I'll go to Sis. Who do you think the Giants are going to take as their head coach, Sis? And then
Brian Daboll.
Now, you still think it's Brian Daboll?
Only because, excuse me, only because Mara made the statement that they want no part of Deshaun Watson, and Flores wanted Deshaun Watson wherever he went. So, in my opinion, this is, again, he's going to turn the Giant down. He's going to take one of the other 7 jobs. That's just me, though.
I agree with Sis. I still think it's Brian Dable. I'm not believing the media, everything they say.
Right.
Oh, the Dolphins are the favorite now. It's just people trying to start stuff. So I'm going to go to Bill's guy as well.
I'm laughing, but you're 100% right. People trying to start stuff. I like.
Yeah, I mean, I could start something up and say
it's like Joey Clams. He likes to start a lot of stuff.
Hello, instigator.
I'm teasing. I love you.
Nah,
about
I do.
Carson, you got any predictions on who the Giants gonna take?
Not really. I don't know too much about it, but I would just go with whatever Sis thinks.
Yeah, he's the offensive coordinator for the Bills. Clams, any
Carson, your boy Stratford is gonna tear it up this weekend.
Right.
That's
there you go.
That's all I'm predicting, I should say. Anyway.
Yeah, because the assistant GM from Buffalo got the job now at the Giants, and he's probably going to bring his guy with him. They work together. The way you heard him say about they fixed up Josh Allen because he wasn't a good thrower. They made him a better quarterback. So that's what they're going to try to do with Daniel Jones. That's going to be their plan because they're
kind of stuck with him right now. So they're going to
stuck, and you got to you got to build.
You got to eat him for a year,
You got to say the right things because you are stuck with him. For
exactly. That's a great point.
The only thing is, with the rumors with Miami, wasn't he there with Tua when Tua was at Alabama? They were together, right?
Right.
Yes, but that was the problem in Miami. He got into it with the management.
That was Flores.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about Flores, right?
I'm talking about the Buffalo guy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But the problem is
Alabama, right? He was at Alabama with Tua, so that's where the connection is. That's where you're hearing the rumors.
We all get tied into these rumors.
Yeah.
Quinn was the hot name for Denver. What happened? They didn't get him. I could go out and start something, and thousands of people will believe it. Bill Parcells is coming out of retirement to coach the Giants, and you'll see everybody believing it.
I told Sis this morning that I heard that Quinn, that Jerry Jones wasn't going to leave the building. He still wanted him there. He might have paid him a little extra or something, but I heard that late last night, and I told Sis this morning. And then we were on the phone 20 minutes later that Quinn is staying in Dallas.
I'm going to do this different. Instead of doing it, the Giants was Sis and my team. Carson, the Lions are with Campbell. The Jets got Soleil. So why don't I name a coach, and you guys predict if he's going to go somewhere or not get hired anywhere? Kurt, Dan Quinn.
No, he's staying in Dallas. It's official. He's staying in Dallas.
Officially staying in Dallas?
Yeah.
All right, so that one, I'll cross that one off. Carson, Flores.
I think he stays one more year.
Clams, let's go Jim Harbaugh.
I think he might be staying in Michigan.
I agree.
Because Josh
McDaniels, Raiders. That's the big news.
Raiders. Yeah.
Yep. Sis, Sean Payton.
I'm saying he stays retired. They keep McCartney in Dallas for a year. Then next year, Sean goes right there. McCartney right out the door.
Yeah, I agree. Any other big names?
Well, what about? I mean, look who the Bears hired. They hired the defensive coordinator for the Colts, and they gave up a lot of points in the fourth quarter. They lost a lot of games late.
Did you guys hear this one today? Vic Fangio interviewed for the Jaguar job. What is if you give Fangio that job, he'll be benching Trevor Lawrence and signing Teddy Bridgewater. Oh my God! Don't do it, Jacksonville.
I know you don't like the guy. The guy's a great defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's great defensive.
I hear
he might be going to the Colts to run their defense.
I got a couple good sports stories we didn't talk about yesterday, and this will only take 2 minutes each on each story, and then we'll do football. The coaching thing is kind of stale. There's only so much you can do with the coaches. All right, I got the first story I got is Baseball Hall of Fame. David Ortiz was elected to the Hall of Fame in his first year on the ballot with 77.9% of the vote. He put up huge numbers at the plate and has had 480 3 homers with the Red Sox, ranking him second, and 1,530 RBIs, which ranked him third on the Red Sox history. As David Ortiz was celebrating, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Curt Schilling were not, as they were left off on their final chance to get into the Hall of Fame. Kurt, what are your thoughts on that? Do you call it a snub, or were they cheating? Did they deserve to be out?
Listen,
what are your thoughts?
It's wrong. He cheated too. If you cheat, you cheat, right? Like, I'm sorry, but Ortiz is a cheater. Personally, do I think they should all be in the Hall of Fame? I do, because MLB let him do it. They did. They never stopped it. Bud, what's his name?
Shield. Absolutely.
Yeah, he let him do it. So now it's okay there, and every night, listen, me and Sis would go out every night. Hey, let's go watch it. Barry Bonds is going to break the record. McGuire, Sosa, every night. The baseball was down. They wanted it. They got the fans back to do it, and now all of a sudden they're wrong. Listen, A-Rod belongs in, Bonds belong, Clemens, they all belong in. And how Ortiz can get in, but A-Rod can't, and this guy can't. Let him in.
It's a joke.
Seriously,
it's a joke because the writers are the ones that are voting for these people to go in. So if you, Kurt, have a personal vendetta against Alex Rodriguez, I'm just throwing a name out there, I'm not going to vote for him. I don't like him.
It's so stupid.
I don't like the guy.
He's so stupid.
I'm not friends with him, so I'm not voting for him. I'm going to vote for somebody less deserving.
Right.
I agree. I agree with everything you say there. Or any of these Astros that got caught cheating in 2019, if they make it a Hall of Fame career, Verlander, for example, he's going to get in, but he was part of that 2019 team that was cheating. Altuve, another name that's probably a good chance of getting into the Hall of Fame when his career is over.
But the thing, though, like we said, though, like baseball, I'm not going to say, I don't know if baseball wanted it, but they didn't do anything to stop it. They loved it. McGuire, Sosa, they loved it. Come on.
Sis, anything to add on it?
I'm old school, very old school. If you're doing the juice, if you're betting games, you don't belong in the Hall of Fame. A-Rod doesn't belong in. Sorry. Bonds doesn't belong in. And what's his name? The other dude.
But Poppy did. Poppy did what A-Rod did. They're on the same.
Yeah, but he didn't get caught.
No, they're on the same report. Right?
3 times.
I never
3 times his name was on.
Yeah, his name was on the same report A-Rod was on.
Well, so I guess they looked the other way.
You know?
Yep, that's what they did.
I guess Carson, they looked the other way. He's Poppy.
Your younger generation, Carson, what are your thoughts on the whole Hall of Fame situation here?
Yeah, again, I'm with Sis.
Simmons don't belong in there. Excuse me, Carson.
If you break the rules and you cheat and you take something to use to your advantage that's unfair to other players, that speaks for itself, you know?
Yep. Speaks about your character, man. Seriously. Mm-hmm. I remember, again, real quick, when I was working out for the Giants, people were like, here, take this, here, take that. I didn't want to take anything. And I still threw up 360, not bragging. In my heyday, that was pretty good without doing the juice.
But Sis, let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this,
Go
okay?
ahead.
You got a guy like Brady Anderson back then. All right, 20 home runs, 21, 22. He hit 52. Nobody looks into that in MLB? Barry Bonds weighs 189. He's coming in next year, 245. He just gained 60 pounds. Nobody looks into it?
As smart as you are, you'll agree with this statement. It's all selective, and it's all who they want.
Right, but I'm saying, but I'm saying is if they allowed it, and baseball wanted McGuire and Sosa, but now it's like those guys are no good. They're no good anymore. But let me ask you, why does Mark McGuire pick up a check from Major League Baseball? He's coaching, right? He's coaching.
Well, that's the way it is, bro.
Well,
I got one for you. How about we bring up the names, but David Ortiz, you see, when his early years, he was skinny just like Barry Bonds. But one guy that I love to death to the day I die, Derek Jeter. You look at him when he was a rookie in his first couple of years, he was 180 pounds soaking wet. Not even 170 pounds soaking wet.
Great point.
All of a sudden, he's jacked up 30 pounds of muscle, 40 pounds of muscle.
Right.
Again, like Sis nailed it, selective.
They looked the other way.
Finish the
There's
Hall
no
of Fame
doubt in my
thoughts,
mind
Chris.
Jeter was doing juice.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Everybody was to just pick their
Yeah.
certain ones.
Yeah, you got
Clams,
it.
finish the. Give us your final thoughts on the whole. Give us the final thoughts on the whole thing.
Jeter was a kid when he was 180 pounds, but you're gonna be training different and eating different and getting bigger as you get older. But if they let Poppy in, they gotta let everybody in.
Right. That's
Clemens
my
got to go.
part.
And Clemens got.
That's a
found
great
not
point,
guilty.
Joe. That's a great
Clemens
point.
got found not guilty. And number one, Pete Rose should be in there as a player. Pete Rose was he's the king of the hit leaders.
Well, that's my point, Chuck.
Pete Rose is the way you're supposed to play the baseball game.
Right.
Hustle down the line, ball four. He's not standing there for 2 minutes, taking off his elbow pad, his shin guard. Ball four, full speed down the line, looking to take two.
Well,
Always looking to take two.
Joe, Kenny, this is for you to answer because Paul Rosen's coming up with a good one. I agree with Sis and Carson, but baseball looked the other way. Ready for this one? Agree or disagree with this now, Kenny? Bonds and Clemens had the stats before they're using. They did, right? They did. So, do they get in?
Bonds should be in. He's the home run.
No. But I'm saying,
I'm
Bonds.
going to tell you this stat about Bonds. He did it a couple of times. One year he was on base 325 times with 324 official at bats. That's insane. They used to walk him all the time. With bases loaded, intentionally walk him. So he was on base 325 with 324 official at bats. That's insane.
My last thing, Kurt. They didn't take away McGuire's home run record when he beat Maris, did they? They didn't take away Bond's home run record when he beat McGuire's numbers, but they don't let him in the Hall of Fame.
All right, let me ask you guys.
But I'm going to say this: in 20 years from now, if Altuve has a Hall of Fame career, he shouldn't be in. He was leading that team with the cheating.
Okay, so I'm going to go quick fire, rapid fire question. Joey Clams, is Tom Brady a Hall of Famer?
Oh, yes.
Okay, Kenny, Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Sis, Hall of Famer?
And I know where you're going with this.
Sis, Hall of Famer?
That's kind of silly, but go ahead.
Carson, Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
Joey Clams, did Tom Brady cheat?
Oh, with the balls?
He got caught, right? He got suspended with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Kenny, did he cheat?
Yes, he did.
Sis, did he cheat?
Belichick cheated. They're all going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Is Belichick and Brady, both of those guys, Carson, should they be in the Hall of Fame? Belichick and Brady, they both cheated flat out.
I don't like the move that they did, but again, I see what you're saying. It's everybody deserves a second chance, but it should not define that the Hall of Fame is what everybody looks up to and everybody aspires to be. So I don't approve of the action that he did, but him as a player, like you said, yes.
And then
I don't approve by any means. I don't approve anything with the steroids. But baseball did not do anything about it. I know, Carson, you were young when this was going on, so you probably don't know. But baseball didn't do anything about it.
Right, but Kenny, I'll say this as a coach, though,
Yeah.
Kenny. We all coached, right? Now, Kenny, you could take steroids or you could be a baseball player, right, on the Yankees and take steroids all you want, okay? That's not going to guarantee anything, right? So you still got to hit the ball. You still got to make contact. You still got to do whatever. But do you know what happens when Bill Belichick is filming a walkthrough of the Rams? And I'm telling you, hey, Kenny, as a safety.
Just like banging on the drum.
That's worse that's legitimately cheating. And
Here
people
comes
say,
the fastball.
look at what
1,
he
2, 3,
did.
4. You
Belichick
hear the
did
drum
it.
on the team.
In '94, the season ended like in August. They went on strike. Baseball was at the bottom of the barrel. They had to do something.
Yep.
They had to get the fans back in the park. So what did they have? They had it was home run derby.
Every night.
And you know why? Bud Selig let it go on. And now he brought your stock up. Baseball, the players that were Manny, all those guys brought their stock up for you. And then you stick it in their back.
But you want to hear the crazy thing, Joe?
The
Real
Hall
quick.
of Fame is turned into
Kenny,
a
one
fraud,
more thing.
too.
You want to hear the thing? They talked about this yesterday. He was the commissioner, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's in the Hall of Fame, right? So he's in the Hall of Fame for bringing baseball back during that era you're talking about. But all the players that hit the home runs are not because they were on steroids. But he allowed it, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And George Steinbrenner's not. I don't know how's that.
It's great because the writers. There's people. You know the writers. The problem with the writers is
right.
There's 5 of us here. 4 of you hate George Steinbrenner. You're not voting for George Steinbrenner, but I am voting for George Steinbrenner. Or 3-2. 3 of you hate George Steinbrenner. Carson's the honest guy. He's going to vote for Steinbrenner. And Sista's the Yankee fan's going to vote for Steinbrenner. The other 3 of us hate the Yankees, so we're not going to vote
But the writers,
and that's what it is.
He gave the writers a great story all the time. They couldn't wait for him to. They waited by it because he always had a story.
Yeah, there's people out there, Joe, that probably didn't like him. That's how I look at it. All right, one more quick story. It'll take 1 minute. So we got the Wits and Wagers crew.
And Dermot Munson.
The Wits and Wagers crew. So it's a great question.
Take it easy out there, Dermot Munson, my friend. Take it easy.
You ready, Kurt?
Yes, sir.
Robot umpires are moving up to AAA for 2022. One step away from Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball's website posted a hiring notice seeking seasonal employees to operate the automated ball strike system. You ready? The Atlantic League became the first league to let the computer call balls and strikes at its All-Star game in 2019, and there were complaints on its breaking balls, on the breaking balls, it being accurate. My question for the 4 of you guys, because we're Wits and Wagers and this is a gambling show, and I'll start with Kurt. If this went up to Major League Baseball and you got robots calling balls and strikes now, are you going to bet on baseball and let robots determine the factor here?
Yeah,
With
why not?
people operating the robots?
Yeah. Yep.
Joey Clams.
Yeah, I bet on baseball.
Carson.
I bet on baseball. I don't want robot umpires. I'd rather have the regular.
If there were robot umpires, you're going to trust robot umpires is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm going to bet on baseball.
Okay.
I'll bet on it. I'm not going to bet on it.
Yeah, it'd be a hell of a lot less complaints because there's no human error.
Yes.
You know, it's all robot, 100% perfection. So give me what the game gives me.
This.
If, excuse me, if the human element's not involved, no.
I'm with you, sis, 100%.
Thank you.
People are operating this system. They could fix it in a second. And they're complaining at the All-Star game. They tried it out, and they're complaining about the breaking balls.
Well, Kenny, I got a question for you. Do you complain then? Like, why do you complain then? Like, say you bet the Bengals this week and they get screwed on a call. Why do you you're going to complain at the TV? They got screwed. The referees. You should just be like, it's a human error.
I do, but we get over it. I do,
you get over it. You're still
it.
going to bet the game the next week.
Here's a question for Kurt. Okay. When
Yep.
you and Charlie coach the Little League, were you guilty that you used an 11-year-old?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You were guilty about it.
Yes.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
But the league gave us to him to play.
But I'm saying you used an illegal player and won the championship.
We didn't win a
But
championship.
you were able.
Well, why are you talking about me? Kenny Kirkpatrick was on that.
Why are we
stat.
talking about? Why are we bringing this up?
Let me finish.
You're coming
I don't
at
want
me.
people knocking
Kenny
on my
Kirkpatrick
door.
is on that staff.
I don't want people knocking on my door, sis.
You're both cheaters, so you both don't belong in the Hall of Fame.
We're not
That's
in the
my
Hall
point.
of Fame.
You don't belong in it because of that move. Outside of that move, you would have.
We were the assistants. We weren't the head coach.
It doesn't matter. You both would have been in the Hall of Fame for Little League if that didn't happen.
Now Garfield Paint belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Let's get into football. We're running out of time, guys. Let's get into
Run
football.
around it. Attaboy. Kurt's laughing. I love Kurt because I know him like the back of my hand, fellas.
Ah, sis.
That's my man right there, though. I'll go right to the wall. Excuse me, Joe. I'll go right to the wall for him.
Thank you, Mr. Sis.
All right. Well, let me get my 30 second defense. 30 second defense.
Excuse
The
me.
league had him as a 10-year-old. Maybe his birth certificate was 10 years old.
That I was teasing.
All right, guys.
So AFC,
football. We saved the best for last.
So here we go. AFC Championship game, 3:00 Sunday afternoon. Again, you guys can watch a little of Carson's Big Ten basketball, and then boom, we get right into the main shows, the AFC NFC Championship. Right now, AFC Championship game, Kansas City at home against Cincinnati, laying 7. Joey Clams.
I'm still handicapping this game. So I would take 7.5 with the Bengals, and I would lay 7 with the Chiefs. If it's 7, I'll lay 7 with the Chiefs. Or if this thing goes up, I might be going towards the Bengals side.
So it's really that half. If it's the half, you're taking the Bengals. If it's the 7, you're going KC.
Backdoor cover. The only thing is with this game, Kansas City blitzes a lot, and this guy got hit. He got sacked 9 times last week. They're not protecting him, and he's not going to run around like Allen did. But their game plan is probably to run the ball on Kansas City, let them blitz, try to hopefully do a job of picking up the blitz and hit the receivers downfield, because you know what Mahomes is going to do. He's going to throw it like he's in the street. Go long. He's going to throw the ball. He ain't sitting on nothing. He's you got to try to catch up to him. 7, I lay you with the Chiefs. 7.5 more, I take it with the Bengals.
Okay, Sis.
That's for now, but I'm going to still cap this game during the rest of the next days.
Sis.
Go to Chase, Bank of America, Valley National. Take out the biggest loan you can get signed in your name. Just bet the over and sit back and watch that add up. That's the safest bet of the weekend right there.
But if you had to pick this one, Sis, if you want to pick this one.
For the show?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Bengals, believe it or not.
Okay.
But the bet would be over. I don't care if it goes to 53, 65.5. Forget it. They're going to put all kinds of points up in that game.
It's 54.
That's just my opinion.
54.5.
I heard it was 73 and 7/8.
What's that?
The over-under 73 and 7/8.
I wouldn't care if it was 95.5.
You know what? I'm going to go next. I'm going Kansas City. I'm sorry. You know what? Joe Burrow's impressive. And for Joe Burrow's health, hopefully they don't win, because God forbid they got to go to Frisco. Play Frisco, or God forbid he's got to face Aaron Donald and Von Miller. They might, seriously, the Rams might break the record for most sacks in a game against them, because their offensive line stinks. And I don't know. I don't trust Cincinnati's defense in this spot. I really don't. Mahomes at home, they're just so hard to beat. Joe, you know what? I don't trust that Cincinnati is going to do what you said. You said Cincinnati is going to go run the ball. I don't trust that they're going to do it. I think they're going to go and say, go ahead, 5 wide, Burrow, and throw it all over the yard. And I don't think you're going to beat Kansas City like that.
And their defense is not built for the pass. They play in the North. Their defense is built for the run.
Right.
They're not built for the pass game. And
but I don't trust that their game plan is going to be to run the ball. I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to throw it all over the yard. So I'm going to go Kansas City. Kenny.
It's a tough game.
I'm going to bet with my heart here. I found out this week, coworker I work in the office with, grew up in Cortland, New York. I mentioned this yesterday. And she went to school with quarterbacks coach for the Bengals, Dan Pitcher, and is still in contact with him and friends. So we may have a new friend to the show with Mr. Pitcher over in Cincinnati. She's going to try and reach out to him when the season's over.
By the way, his name was floated about Denver's OC at some point.
I did hear that. So she told me that she's still in contact with him. She's going to reach out to him when the season's over. And we'll see if we can maybe get him on the show. So my heart's going to be with the Bengals. So I'm going to take the Bengals here because I'm going to root for them.
All right, Carson, we got a
Joey Clams always said this: never bet with your heart.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And he's right.
Love him and leave him, baby. One night stand.
That's it. Leave him right on the curb.
2-2 tie. Where are you going with the tiebreaker?
Yeah, all you guys make great points. Bengals did beat the Chiefs, though, earlier in the year. I know it was in Cincinnati. But again, it's kind of the Cinderella story. You guys nailed it, though. I mean, you can't let your quarterback get sacked 9 times Tannehill won you guys that game.
Yes.
Tannehill basically cost the Titans that game. And I just don't see the Chiefs doing that this time around to the Bengals. I like Sis's over. I think it's going to be a really high-scoring game. Both defenses are not – they're not good. You saw what happened last week with the Chiefs and Bills. That was just a scoring fiesta feast. I like the over, and I like the Chiefs with the 7. Mahomes to go to the Super Bowl, I know is a phenomenal run for Cincinnati, but that O-line and their defense, I just don't see how they can do it.
Joe,
you know what I love about Carson real quick? He's so young, but he's so mature, man. I mean, really. And I'm not just saying that because we're on a show. You're what, 22?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
This is wild.
Joey, real quick, any thoughts on a lot of people like the over? Any way you would go with this under, or you got to go with, you can't go the under in this game?
I was just going to tell you, I like the under in the first quarter, 10.5. I'm going to be on that. Under 10.5 in the first quarter. Last week's game, it was with 2 minutes to go, the game was still under. Then they put up about 28, 30 points in 2 minutes.
Joe, a comment for you from Mike Rago. Why don't Clams take the Chiefs down a point and bet them laying 6?
I don't know, because I didn't cap the game yet, and I'm going to see which way to go. I'm still up in the air about it. I'm still capping this game. I would go to 6.5. I would buy the half a point.
Okay.
Joey Clams, if you had Kurt's money, how much would you bet on this game? But using Kurt's money, though.
Not too much. You know what it is? Now when it gets down to these games, you're making more money during the season when there's more games. When you're getting down to 2 games, like you're forcing the bet, especially when you get to the Super Bowl.
That's a great point.
Now you look for
well, joking aside, that's a great point. Yeah.
Now, player props. The player prop, the quarterback, Jimmy G, went down from 235.5 passing yards to 233.5. But his last 6 games, 5 of the 6 against the Rams, he went over that.
But you know what,
and
Joe?
And Stafford 246? Excuse me, Kurt.
Okay.
Is it 246?
I think he was in the 270.
I got player props to finish the show up.
Wow.
So let's hold on.
All right, so let's get to now 6:30 ESPN. I'm sorry, 6:30 Fox NFC Championship game, the San Francisco 49ers. You know what I'm going to love? And I got to say this real quick. I read an article the other day. It said Kyle Shanahan, who, when we always talk about Shanahan and how Denver screwed that up, not hiring Shanahan in 2017, and they went Vance Joseph. They're saying if this loss to the 49ers is the thing that pushes Rodgers over the ledge and gets Denver Rodgers, it says, how ironic would it be that Kyle Shanahan is the guy that delivers Aaron Rodgers to Denver? What a cliche that could be. If it works out like that. You never know how it works out. But right now, the spread is the Rams, who almost lost. I mean, that would have been one of the brutalest chokes ever if they would have lost that game. But hats off to them. They made the one play, Stafford to Cup. And, hey, 3.5-point favorite, Carson, San Fran at the Rams. Where are you going to go?
It might be crazy to say this, but I hate how we're playing the 49ers instead of the Packers. I'd much rather have played the Packers to go to the Super Bowl. This team, man, is kryptonite to the Rams. I don't know what it is. They lost both times in the regular season to them. I just do not like this game. And I'm hoping the Rams can pull it off. My boy Stafford goes to his first ever Super Bowl. But this team, man, I don't know what it is. They are they're going to run the ball to Deebo Samuel a ton. It's going to be a dogfight. I would not be surprised, though, if the 49ers pulled it off. I hate this draw that the Rams got. I'm going to root for the Rams, obviously. I think they win the game, but I don't know. 3.5, man. I think the 49ers are going to keep it close. This is a really gritty team, especially in the playoffs. I'm going to go Rams, but I don't think they cover the 3.5. It's going to be a really, really close game.
Sis.
I think he nailed it. This is going to be a heavyweight fist fight, in my opinion. I don't know. I got a gut feeling Stafford's going to light up San Francisco. I don't know why. I just do. I think it's his time. This is why they went to get this kid. So we'll see.
You're going Rams.
Yes, sir.
All right. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I love Kansas City in that first game, but this game is so scary, man, because I listen, I'm not gonna lie. I had San Francisco on Saturday night, one playing them, but also I was rooting against. I didn't want Rodgers to win. You know, I wanted Green Bay to lose. So you're just sitting there and you're like, you know, I was so nervous. Anytime Garoppolo threw the ball, you're sitting there and you're like, no, not another.
Yep.
Thank God. All right, let's run it. Don't let Garoppolo throw it. And that's why, you know, I know Joey's high on him and the Denver and Dave and Matt, you know, but Garoppolo wins. Listen, Garoppolo has played 2 games this year, no touchdowns. He's something like 8-2 or 10-2 in his career without throwing a touchdown. This is a system team, that Shanahan system, and he's just along for the ride. I do not trust him at all. And there's no way because if this game if the Rams get up to 10 and that ball, and now you got to trust Garoppolo, there's just no way I'm doing it. I'm scared as hell to bet against Shanahan and this running game. But I think Carson's boy is going to do it, sis. And I think more stars. You know, Donald, Miller, Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Beckham. I think those stars outplay Debo, and I think like Carson's saying, the Garoppolo Stafford is really tipped to Stafford.
He almost gave the game to the Cowboys.
He did. Exactly. Both of those games he almost gave away.
They didn't capitalize on it.
Right.
Or they wouldn't even be there now. Yep.
Both of those. I mean, look at last week. You're down 7-0.
Yep.
You got the ball inside the 30. You start running around like you're Kyler Murray, and you're gonna throw it to, and you get picked. Rodgers hits Aaron Jones for 70 yards. Luckily, the safety busts his, to make that play. If they kick that field goal and they go up 10-0, that game's over. They blocked the kick. They missed the kick, blocked the kick. Their special teams. Garoppolo did nothing in that game, so I do not trust him at all. So I'm going to go the Rams. Sis.
I don't trust him. Yeah, again, you nailed it. That's the whole factor here. I don't trust this kid. Nope. Number one, slam it to his hand. He'll be on the sidelines.
Yep.
He'll be on the sidelines.
Kenny.
3.5. I'm not taking we're going with the points. I'm taking the 49ers. This is a field goal game either way. And I got to go with what I said 2 weeks. I said when San Fran played the Cowboys, I made a bold statement that San Fran's not only going to beat the Cowboys, they're going to beat the Packers and a long shot to go to the Super Bowl. So I'd be a fool to go against my word, which I said wild card weekend. So I'm going to go to 49ers here. 27-24 type game, 24-21. You get this at 3.5, you better be all over San Francisco.
Joey Clams, 2-2 tie. You finish us off.
Okay, there's my game right here. Kurt, you said if they get up 10 on the 49ers, it'll be over. They were up 17-0 on them. And here's where the coaching comes down. Listen, but here's where coaching comes down, man. You can see how bad the coaching's been in the NFL. LaFleur, they wanted to give him the award as the best coach in football. All year, he never fixed the special teams where I talked about. It was the worst, and it came and bit him at the biggest time. If you want a head coach award, you want to be the winner of that award, you got to fix something that wasn't good on your team, and you never did nothing about it. And you'll see what happens to him now when he doesn't have Rodgers there. But Jimmy G, when he doesn't throw a pick, he's 7-0. Stafford, when he doesn't throw a pick, he's 8-0. And Cooper Kupp, if you hold him under the 120 yards, the Rams don't win. They never won a game when he was under 120 yards. But I'm gonna go with the 49ers here. But here's why. They know how to look at the games they played in the past against Donald. They know how to scheme and block. That's what they do. They keep him out of the game. They keep him from making a big play. And they're gonna run the ball at the other guy that came from Denver. What's his name?
Von Miller.
They're going to run through that side over there, and they do a good job on holding what's his name Donald to no plays, and they did a great job last week. Their defense, they didn't get any credit for disguising their defense against the Packers. He confused Rodgers a little bit. And I got to go down to the coaches in this game, and I'm going to go with the 49ers. Plus, I took them already, plus the 3.5. But I am going to take the Rams to win the Super Bowl plus 250 because I got the 49ers plus 33-1. So I'm going to edge off my Super Bowl bet.
So at least you have a dog in the fight. You'll have one dog in that fight.
So if you like the Rams instead, don't bet them for this game. Bet them plus 250 to win the Super Bowl. You get more value there.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the 49ers. Kittles will have a big game. And, Jimmy G, he's getting more healthier. Hey, his record, he's got a winning record. All he does is win. Give me the 49ers plus the 3.5. I took them already.
All right, Mr. Kirkpatrick. So that's the panel, the two games. Oh, anybody on an over-under, 45.5? Anybody have any thoughts on that?
I'll go under in that game.
Yeah, that's about the lowest I would go is 45.5 in that game. And I think the total in the Kansas City game is up to 54.
54.5. Carson, Sis, anything over-under, Rams, Niners?
To me, that's a tough game to even go near that. And another thing, keep in mind, anytime you bet the under, you're never in the game to the end. If you bet the over, you're in the game to the end. Because I remember my first year being married. This is a funny story. I had like 400 on New Orleans, right? So I go to bed. They're losing like 24-0. Woke up the next day. The final score was like 52 to whatever. So, yep. Don't ever bet the under. Yep.
I don't like betting unders.
Quick hitter style. I got a couple player props. We did it last week. I thought it was easy. There's some, we nailed a lot of them. Kurt, Mahomes, 289.5 over under.
I gotta go. I can never go under on Mahomes. Over.
Okay. Thank you. Absolutely. Yep.
Joey Clams, Joey Burrow, 287.5.
I'll go the over because he's going to be chasing Mahomes all day, so he's going to be throwing it. I'll go over.
I agree. Carson, Stafford, 277.5.
Under.
This is what you should drink, Kenny, right here.
What you got?
Under barely.
There you go.
Okay, V8. Okay.
Joey Clam, start drinking this.
My Bloody Marys.
And Sis, I'm giving you Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G, 228.5.
228.5?
Yes, sir.
That's a hard one. I'm going to say under.
Okay. Kurt, running backs, Joe Mixon, 57.5.
I got to go over because he could have that with one run against the Chiefs defense.
Okay, and there's Sis stirring that Bloody Mary, by the way. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Joey Clams, 35.5.
I'm going to go under.
Okay. Carson, you get the parlay here. You get the Deebo Samuel running first, rushing 40.5.
Over for sure. Yeah.
Receiving 51.5.
Under.
Guys, do you think Jalen Ramsey locks him up all game long?
Close to it, yeah. Well, no, because Ayuk is a speedster too. So that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Everybody's back for the 49ers. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's dressing for the game.
And we'll do some receivers. I'll do Mr. Sis. I'll give you Jamar Chase, 85.5.
That's a lock. He'll be over that on 2 catches.
Yeah. Kurt, Tyreek Hill, 76.5.
Again, I will never go under on a guy like him. He could do it on one play, over.
Joey Clams, Travis Kelce, 75.5.
I'm going to go under.
That's a good move.
Carson.
That's a real good move.
Last week, Cooper Kupp, not funny story, but Cooper Kupp, highest yardage in an over-under by a receiver, 102.5 last week. This week, he broke that record. He's 103.5, Carson, over-under.
Too many offensive weapons. A Kupp's good, but 100 yards is a lot of yards. I'm going to go under. I know it's Kupp, but that's a lot of yards.
Sis, I'll give you the last one of the night. George Kittle, 52.5.
Over.
That's a little player props.
What's the odds on Kurt on the kickoff returns on Sunday?
Me?
Yeah, what's the odds on Kurt returning, like, is it 60, 70 yards?
72.
He's gonna be the kickoff guy. I'm gonna put it at 85.
I'll take probably under on that. 85. Hey, real quick, David Slade. Bengals and 49ers Super Bowl. That was my call on 4th and 99 last night, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm with you, Dave. Same exact prediction. Happen. I'm with you. Yeah. Replay of Super Bowl 16, right?
Yeah. Well, 2 Super Bowls, and then the Montana 23. Boomer.
Yeah. Dave, that didn't sit well with Carson, Dave. Not at all.
It's been the week of the underdogs. You saw what happened last week. Every underdog team won.
Yeah.
How about Carson, real quick, how about last week, every game ended.
Every game, it was outstanding.
On the last play of the game. On the last play of the game.
Oh, yeah, we got a treat with all
It'll
those
never
games.
happen again
Especially
like
with
that
Bills-Chiefs game. That
Carson,
was
you saw the Super Bowl game last week. That was it.
That was it. That was an unbelievable
It's going to be
game.
very hard to top that.
All right, let's start with Mr. Carson. Final thoughts.
Well, here's what I want to do. Final thoughts and the best bet. It could be player prop. It could do it in your final thoughts. Final thoughts and best bet.
All right. Who do you want to start for, Kenny? You go around.
Well, however you want to go. However you want to go, Kurt.
You started, Kenny.
All right. Great show. Looking forward to the weekend. Let's see who makes it to the Super Bowl. I got 2 best bets, but I'm going player prop best bets. My first one, Deebo Samuel over 40.5 on the running lock, like Sis would say. Travis Kelce's my other one. You're going to have Bengals trying to stop Tyreek Hill, and that's just going to leave 10 to 12 catches for Kelce, over 100 yards receiving for Mr. Kelce. My 2 best bets for the week. Deebo Samuel over 40.5 rushing, Travis Kelce over 75.5 receiving.
All right, I'll go next. I'm going Tyreek Hill over. I think Kansas City is going to, again, put it on them. I just do not trust San Francisco. I don't trust Cincinnati's defense. I really don't. And Tyreek Hill he can go 90 yards anytime he touches the ball. So, he's going to get targets, right? He's going to catch at least 7 balls, and he just needs 1 to do what he did last week. So I'm going to go over, and I love Kansas City. Dave's saying best bet Chase over 175 and over a touchdown. So for 2 touchdowns. I can't see, honestly, Cincinnati getting them off the field. I really can't. And you're not going to go into Arrowhead Field that cold, and it's going to be, mano a mano, and Joe Burrow's going to throw it 60 times with that offensive line. That line is bad. Kansas City at home, it's going to be loud. Mahomes is going to put up points. I just think it's going to get away from them. I'm going Kansas City and Hill. Couple comments. Mark is saying, "What's up, guys?" Mark's checking in.
What's up, Mark?
Our good friend Manny DeLima, big Cowboy fan, is saying Rams Bengals in the Super Bowl. So he's going Rams Bengal. Dave is saying it gets cold in Cincinnati too, but
it does.
All right, Sis, your best bet.
I said it earlier. The over in the Kansas City Bengal game, number 1. Number 2, this is especially for Joey Clams tonight on Channel 7 at 8 o'clock. The Gambino document for 2 hours. If you're into the gangster stuff, that's on Channel 7 tonight. And we're going to have Mr.
ABC, for those who don't know, Channel 7. Well, no, we got a lot of people. We got people listening all over.
Yeah. We're going to have Sammy the Bull, Gotti Jr., Victoria. So if you're into that kind of stuff, it's on 8 o'clock.
All right. Carson, best bet.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure coming on, talking sports with you guys. Appreciate you. Enjoy the NFL games this week. I guess best player prop would be with Kenny, Deebo Samuel over 40.5 rushing yards. And I like a college basketball game, Marquette with the points against Providence whenever that line comes out.
Okay.
And where are we going to find you on Saturday, and where can we find you in general?
Yeah, if you guys like casino content, craps, roulette, blackjack, slots, the whole 9 yards, you can find me on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, 8:30 Eastern time. Just ticket time. You'll find me there. And for our highlight videos on YouTube, ticket time, 4:30 Eastern time, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And real quick, Kurt, before you go to clams, homework for the audience and homework for the three of us. We got to start getting on Carson for a little video of his little intro video towards his show for his channel, so we can put it on our show so it can permanently be on here instead of us always asking you at the end of the show to tell us where we can find you. We'll have a little, let's get a little something on there for you.
Yeah.
Before I get to clams, Manny's saying almost had a clean sweep of all upsets this past weekend. Ha ha ha! I almost had a nice little in-game, same-game parlay, and I never, ever want to hear any Buffalo fan, whether it's Vinny or, of course, Will. I don't want any more seeing any picture of Stephon Diggs standing out there. I stood out there an hour to watch. When you got back to the game, he had 3 catches for 70 yards. I needed 40 yards to hit a nice one, and he had 3 catches and 7 yards in a postseason game. Don't pay him any money. He did nothing. David Slade saying 4th and 99 Super Bowl special on February 12th, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So that's noon. Anyone want to join us? So he's asking any of you guys want to join the Rocky Mountain Super Bowl Sunday at 12 o'clock our time. Let us know.
Sure. Thanks, Dave. You guys always have an open invite to come on our shows. You all know that. Anytime you want to chat about something.
Matt Aloney's sister saying, what does Barry Bonds and Coach Valenti have in common? They're both banned from the Hall of Fame, LOL. Because I got banned from the Hall of Fame, sister.
There you go.
All right, Joey Clams, best bet.
Best bet 49ers plus the 3.5. And if you're going to take the Rams, take them to win the Super Bowl, you get more value with 250. And I like under the 10.5 in the first quarter in the Chiefs game. And I got a gambling story since you were talking about Super Bowl 23 with the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers. In 1988, I left Brooklyn and I was living in Turks and Caicos. I worked at Club Med Turquoise, and I was a bartender there. And there was nothing on that island, just shacks and Club Med. They were just starting to build. For that Super Bowl, I was the first guy to take action on that island. I took the Super Bowl. I used 6 on the game, 42.5. Everybody bet over, and everybody had 49ers. 49ers won, but they didn't cover. I picked up about 600-700 on the people, the guests there, and some of the workers. I was the first.
You were taking all the action with not $2.
I was the first guy to take action in Turks and Caicos. How you doing? Salud.
There you go.
And that's a gambling story from Joey Clams.
Nice.
You know what, Kenny? What we didn't do? We didn't do one thing. We didn't do final thoughts. We have 1 minute. Let's do a quick final thought because we did best bet.
You're right.
But sis, you start. Give us a final thought.
Yeah. Again, enjoy the games over the weekend. Use your head. Don't bet over your heads, like a lot of you do. And again, I think, my own opinion, you're not going to see the Kansas City Buffalo Super Bowl like you saw last weekend. So don't be disappointed with that. But when the smoke clears, it's going to be the Rams against Kansas City. That's my opinion.
Sis, I'll go next. I agree with you. I think it's going to be Rams 49ers too, and I think I would look forward to that Super Bowl. But listen, woke up this morning, ESPN's on, bang, breaking news. Coach Hackett, welcome to the team, baby. Step 1 is done. We got the coach. Step 2.
Who was the first one that texted you this morning?
You did text me. You did text me while I was watching it. Step 2. By the way, wait, I'll get Dave's final thought. Step 2 is ownership. We got to work on that. Let's get Peyton somehow involved. And step 3, baby, let's go. We got Mr. Hackett. Mr. Adams, if you're out there, you want to come too? You could come too. But I want Aaron Rodgers, and let's do it, baby. Let's get it done. We're going to know early. He said by March 8th, let's go, baby. David Slade's final thought. We still love you, Kurt, even if we disagree on Rodgers. Yes, we do, but Dave, I'm going to tell you this. When
He's getting ready to get muted, guys.
No. I swear to God, no. This is for Dave. Dave, when you're on that pregame show next year, that opening week when we'll be playing Sunday night. And you know what, Dave? You're going to look friggin' damn dandy, baby, when you're in your number 12 Rodgers jersey and you, Matt, and Keith are sitting there saying, hey, a new season, Kansas City, here we come. Let's get Aaron Rodgers. Carson, final thoughts.
Yeah, like I said, it was a pleasure to come on the show with you guys. Enjoy the games this weekend and stay warm. It's getting cold outside.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Clams, final thoughts.
Yeah, just to let everybody know that you could see it coming with the coaching. It's the analytics took over. He took the points off the board. And he went for 2 for I don't know for what reason.
Yep.
Look at the coaching carousel. You got a lot of unproven guys getting head coaching jobs, and they're going to be them. And the decisions that they're making, they don't even manage the game anymore. They're going to other coaches. They're going to analytics. Those days are numbered. There's only a handful of guys that really manage both sides of the ball. And, good luck, everybody. Don't go over your head because you think you got to bet the game. Look for a couple of props, shop around for the best number. And let's go. Pay the player. And San Francisco Golden Domes tonight, laying 3. And BYU laying 3 tonight.
Mr. Kirkpatrick, you get the final thoughts on the weekend for the show for the weekend.
Oh, I'll just use Carson's words from his Ticket Time streams. Gamble responsibly, people.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
Entertainment only, never a way to make money.
Bet what you can afford. If it's $5, if it's $10, and bet some props and have a little fun with it. We're gonna have Super Bowl prop show. We'll have Super Bowl wagers and stuff like that, and save some money for that. Save $20 or save, if you got a little more than $20, save $40. But don't if you can't afford to lose hundreds, don't bet it. Don't do it. Okay.
Oh, another prop. I got the running back Mitchell over.
I forgot him. 72.5. I forgot him.
Yeah, go over that. That's okay. Play.
You know what? You know what, Kenny? This is the final thought of the night is Manny. Because I know Manny. I could just see Manny right through the computer. You're saying bet $5, bet $10. He's shaking his head. Hell no. His comment is go big or go home. So.
No, gamble responsibly, people.
That's Joey Clams' model, right? Go big or go home.
There's a reason why they label those bets bridge jumpers.
No. Be aggressive, and don't be afraid to lose.
Right.
But, you just got to go with whatever your bankroll is. If you got a $300
have a bankroll. Have a bankroll.
Bet $30 a game.
Have a bankroll.
Stick to your limit.
$100 game, you bet 20. 100.
Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Yeah.
Yep. I gotta ask
you never knock anybody on how much they bet.
Real quick, I gotta ask Kenny. I'm sorry, I gotta ask Joey Clams one question. Joey Clams.
All right, Kirk, because we got to get going. We're on 7:34.
Oh, I can't do it. All right, I can't do it yet.
Joey, now you tease me.
I can't do it.
Final thoughts. We need to say goodnight.
I can't do it. Oh. All right, we are off tonight. We will see. Manny saying, "Go with your heart. Don't double think about it." That's Manny's philosophy.
Never. Your heart no good. Use your brain.
All right.
That's
all
it,
in.
Joey.
Go all in. No. Let's go. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next week.
Good
night.